As the Tom Hanks character in the movie Volunteers said when he landed in Thailand, this feels like it's a mile from the sun. Well, Chiang Mai was 40 degrees Celsius, over 104 degrees Fahrenheit every day, and the smoke from the forest fires was choking. So we thought we would head down south for the islands to take a climate break. So off to Surat Thani we went for a short 5-day vacation. Surat Thani is the home of Got Samui and Got Phangan and some beaches, and we thought maybe we could get a break from the temperature here. Hopefully our birds and ducks and cacti and fruit trees would all survive. Although the temperature down in Surat Thani was a little bit cooler, a couple of degrees, we didn't realize that the humidity would be about 500%. Surat Thani is a small town, mainly a jumping off point for the islands of Got Samui and Got Phangan, where the full moon parties are. But we like the town and the riverfront. Lots of buildings along the river have an added upper floor. These have openings to attract swallows, usually who live in caves, and their nests, famous for Chinese bird's nest soup. Surat Thani is a market town with lots of fresh veggies and fruits like durian and the best mangoes and sticky rice I've had. It's also where the fishermen offload their catch. You just can't get fresh shrimp like this up in Chiang Mai. A couple of generations ago, there was a Chinese migration to the Surat Thani area. Downtown, there are a number of Chinese temples with images of Guan Im in Thai, and lots of dragons and mythological creatures. We found this one because we were told that the best dim sum restaurant in town was nearby. We wanted to see the countryside around Surat Thani and asked the hotel to set us up with a guide who could take us to see the sights. We made a great friend with Nui, our driver, educated, well off because of his owning a oil palm orchard. His daughter is currently studying to be a doctor. He drove as a hobby and a way to meet new people. We couldn't have been luckier. The strange mountain shapes in the area are called karst mountains. They're made of limestone and sedimentary rock, composed mainly of shells and skeletons of marine organisms, and later got pushed up to become mountains. Rubber is a big industry in Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia, and now even Laos. I'm not a fan of palm oil, and I won't use it in the food I make at home, although it is hard to avoid when eating at restaurants. It's also used in biofuels and has turned into a big industry down south. From this clear pool, you can take a rowboat through the mangrove forest. I had to climb up hundreds of steep steps to get to the entrance of this cave, but it was worth it. The stalactites and stalagmites were really beautiful. I wouldn't recommend it for any other 78-year-olds. I was really close to calling an ambulance, but I made it. You don't need to go to the islands to find really nice beaches. And unlike the ones on the islands, these are completely empty of tourists. The Chinese in Surat Thani are different from my father's people, and so are their dim sum, but they still made for a really good breakfast. Rat is the smallest inhabited island in Thailand, about maybe 500 people. A causeway leads to the island from the mainland, and lots of islanders have converted 1 or 2 rooms for, mostly Thai, tourists. A young man brought in his shrimp catch while we watched. This became the main ingredient of one of the best meals I ever had, on their deck, watching the sunset. It wasn't a full moon, so facilities on Koh Phangan were easy to come by. We got a small cabin right on the beach for our next to last day down south. Sunsets don't need much of a narration. We're back in Chiang Mai now. It's 105 degrees, but the air is a little cleaner. It was really nice to take in some deep breaths from the sea breezes down south.